You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. And we're back with the second episode of the Shivering Isles Roundtable. I am here, and Colin is here.
Evening, fellas.
And
and
just one of us tonight. No Juan with us tonight. He's doing a break job. So we're going to be going through Understanding Madness, Addiction, Lady of Paranoia, Anapodian Hammer, Falling Awake, Work It's Never Done, and Fork of Horripilation. A couple of those quests are ones I don't know that you can even actually really complete. They're just like kind of ongoing forever kind of things.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the main quest ones and the Bliss quests. Next week, I believe another. I'm not sure how many episodes. I think we've done 3 episodes of Skyrim 10 AD on this feed. Am I correct on that? I think
I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's up to 3.
3 on this feed. And if you're a Patreon supporter, I believe there's 3 more that have been released. So the next one on this feed will be next week, because I'm away next week. So that'll be coming next week, and probably some lost episodes this week before the end of the month runs out and the time runs out. So so you guys just recorded last weekend, right? That was the 3 more episodes.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the Sunday. So that's 3 more episodes coming up, and we actually got to get to a bit of combat this session. So
nice.
The guys get to sort of like, draw their claws and sort of like get some blood, and one of them takes one hell of a beating, but sort of like comes back in rapturous form.
Did the singer take a beating?
No.
Whoa. Did he?
The one that keeps on running away and hiding is the one that took the
one that
beating.
keeps running away. Oh gosh, yeah. So we'll be that'll be coming out. More of those will be coming out. But if you're on Patreon, they are already out. So I know that was a little confusing for some people who are like, "Uh-oh, what episode am I on?" When it comes out. But yeah, that's kind of they're released way earlier on there than they are on here. So we're spacing them out nicely. So there's a nice catalog to come.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
So how's that going? Is everybody kind of feeling their way now? Because I know a couple of the people have experience in Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop gaming, and some didn't. So is it kind of starting to flow?
It's getting a little better. I mean, there's a couple of mistakes that I just realized after even just the last session. So there was a couple of things like just combat thing. It wasn't anything huge, but it was more my fault than theirs. Is that some abilities that they have were more restricted than what they were. They were playing a little bit free and loose.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realize until after it when I was doing the editing, and I was like, crap. Said that. So yeah, I've never played it before. I'm only like a fan of it. I always wanted to play, so I decided to DM it. As far as I know, sorry, I've completely blanked on all the names. Andrew and Ray have never played before,
but Pat did, right?
Pat has. I think it was 3rd edition. I think he used to play.
Okay.
Or 4th edition. It was one of the 2. And Victor said he's played, but it's been quite some time. But he's also playing now in a home game as well, so he's enjoying that.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see something about that. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's good. Everybody's getting back into it, and we're experiencing it for the first time. I don't think I've ever played. I mean, I was always around people who played, but I never actually played myself. So it's kind of like in your boat, where I've always been interested in it, but never quite did it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to maybe expand on it, maybe so like we probably can get you on as a guest star. So
awesome!
You can like have a think of like if there's an existing character in there that you'd like to come in and sort of like might meet up with, or if you want like a completely original, fresh character, then sort of like you can one up and give them all a kicking or something.
That would be pretty fun. That would be good to get into. Yeah, we'll have to see when the next recording is, and see if I'm home. That would be good.
Awesome.
I'd like to hop on. Have you been playing anything else? ESO?
I played a tiny bit of ESO, but that was just
keeping up your character kind of thing.
No, not really. I just got bored. That was it. I was recording the audio because I'm having a problem with doing the audio files, converting them to MP3.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to play the video and record it as it was playing on the computer. So while that was doing that, I went on the Xbox and played some ESO. I went in and just sort of like, ran around the PvP area for a little while. I know Juan and a few of the guys in the group are waiting on Somerset Isles to come out.
Yeah.
So that's going to be huge.
When does that release? That's soon, right?
It's soon. May? I don't know. I haven't been following it. I'll just
I've just been
updates and because I've got ESO Plus, so that'll just
automatically
to my account. Yeah. So I
wonder if
it releases.
Does it release before their big E3 thing? I think so, or maybe around the same time, where they have their their big presentation. I think that's in June usually.
Yeah, it usually is.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not too sure. So, see if I can.
Because I know I've just been seeing it a lot about Somerset, but I didn't see the exact date it was releasing. But speaking of Somerset, we did have the backwards compatibility of Morrowind. I know some folks in the group popped in and gave that a run. Backwards compatibility on Xbox One, that is. It's definitely a different type of. It's more of a challenge for sure. I hopped in it on Xbox 360 back in about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a culture shock, to say the least.
Yeah, I've done that as well. It's really slow. It's like you have to walk everywhere to sprint. Yeah, you use up energy. And,
yeah.
Everything's loading in as you're walking
as you're
along.
going. Yeah, there's no like distance loading or anything. You're pretty much just seeing what's right around you, and that's about it. I think when I did it, I left the town too early. I should have walked around the town some more. I'll probably install it on the Xbox One because I still have my discs sitting here, so just to fool around with it again once I get done playing God of War, which I also picked up this week. So a few hours into that, really enjoying that. I know Victor's been enjoying it too. It's a fun game. There are Draugr in it.
Yeah, he said that was the first fight. So
yeah, there's so many Draugr. They're a little different, obviously. I would say they're a little more nimble than some of the ones, but they don't have any shouts so far. So that's a positive. But oh man, I don't think I've played any Skyrim since the last time. Other than I think on vacation I played some vanilla. Just on the laptop, just popped it in. Connor was playing on the Switch. I played on the laptop a little bit. And that's what it is. I'm about to do. I'm going to do the Daedric quests for Let's Play. What used to be Let's Play Skyrim, and then not just Let's Play. I think it's ASAPodcasting Let's Play or something. I don't know. I'll remember the name of it in a second. But Pat just finished up with his New Vegas character, was it? and was it Arthur? I'm trying to think of the character's name. Arthur. That's it. So he's
doing a special coming up
this weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, he's doing a finale for that. I think I'm just going to do all the Daedric quests because I got to a chest and Meridian's beacon was in it, and I saved and didn't take the beacon out so I could get the audio of her talking. And so I think we're just going to start there and hit all the Daedric quests if I can. My character's pretty low level, so I think there's one or two that I need to be higher. Was it Mafala? You have to be a little higher level. The one in Whiterun, where the kid is talking to the closet or something. Is that level 10 maybe or something like that?
I think first one. Plus, I think the one up at Dawnstar, I think
that's level up. Yeah,
with all the orcs and the mages, I think you might want to wait until you get a higher level for that one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a mage. That character's a mage, so that's definitely tougher at lower levels. I think I'm only like level 5 or so right now, so I'm not. That was just I'm not doing any main quest kind of stuff. Just kind of, I went right to the Mages College and going through that. So maybe I'll finish up after I grab Meridia's Beacon. Finish the Dawn. What is that? Dawnbreaker quest. I almost called it the Dawn Guard quest. The Dawnbreaker quest. I'll finish up the Mages College real quick and then go on to the other ones because that should level me up enough where I can get through them. I would think anyway. Yeah, that one in Dawnstar though I might save for closer to the end because that one's one of the tougher ones. That one and the what is the one where you have to beat the it's not Moloch Ball, that's the one in the house. Where you take
Boethia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting about 30 guys.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's you're stuck in a chamber and there's quite a few people in there, quite a few enemies in there, I should say. So, and then there's the Boethia is the one on the hill where there's all those people. Yeah. Then there's the other one where what's the one where you eat the people? God, why am I drawing a blank on that?
Namira.
Then there's that one there too. So they're all pretty good.
Oh, I was going to say, you were right. The Pat's Twitch stream is on today.
Okay.
April 22nd. It is 22nd today, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see. It is the 22nd. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this right away, this should be up pretty quick. If you happen to be listening to it on Sunday, head over to Twitch and check out Pat's stream of the finale of Arthur. And I did my bobblehead run, and then promptly jumped off the top of the Corvega factory and killed my character.
Any particular reason, or
that was his goal in life, was to retrieve that repair bobblehead. He had satisfied his entire life, and he said, there were
no more challenges
left.
Is
it. There was no more. Yeah, there was nothing left to do in the entire world of Fallout 4. And he took a nosedive off the top of the Corvega factory after retrieving the repair bobblehead. So I think all of those are on. I think Andrew imported them all over to YouTube too. All the bobbleheads that are being done. I think all of them have been recorded. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
I think some people, he's getting them to record them as
oh, that's go. Right. As the episodes come up, right? Yeah. So yeah, they're kind of ongoing. So check out the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel for that. They're being imported over if they're not on Twitch.
Yeah, I got another update from Pat. Change of plan. Arthur finale is postponed as they haven't had time to debug his FNV. And we're going to go after the pesky Questlock Charisma bobblehead.
There you go.
2:00 Eastern, so he's probably in the middle of it right now.
He's actually in the middle of it, so you could probably watch his stream right after. If you happen to hear this, it'll still be up on Twitch, because I think it stays there for, was it a couple days or something?
Well, hopefully they're going to
Well,
stay there because
yeah.
he wants to transfer them, doesn't he, from there to YouTube?
Yeah, I think they're all being imported over. So if it's not on Twitch, it's on YouTube. So yeah. So it looks like Arthur's finale will be postponed. So, well, we have our quests here. We have Understanding Madness. Do we want to do? Why don't we do the side quests first? They're not as in depth, for sure.
Sure.
Let's see, which one do I have up first? Let's see. Oh, this one. This one's good because I stumbled across this one without even realizing it. Help Tove the work is never done. This is where you help Tove the Unrestful.
Yeah, that was a bit hard for me to find.
It was not easy. I happened to stumble upon them by accident, but
me, it was just I had to look it up and then find out, and then it was saying he was either here or there. No, he wasn't. The fucker never left his house.
Really?
I just had to literally walk into his house, walk upstairs, and go into his bedroom and go, "Hey, what do you want?"
I think I found him in the what's that bar? The Choosy Beggar? Is that the bar or place where they all hang out? There's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah,
that's where I ended up finding
Argonians.
Yes, there's a lot of Argonians in there. Yeah.
That's
full of Argonian. Yeah, I found them in there accidentally. I kind of like wandered in for something else. I think I was doing a different quest where the guy was trying to fall asleep, and I just wandered in there and then accidentally came across him. So I got lucky because I would have never found him otherwise. Or come across him otherwise. But so Tove the Unrestful, he needs a crap ton of calipers and tongs, 50 each, to build a skyboat somehow. I don't even know. Needless to say, I did not get all of 100 yet.
True. I got him some.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And by some, I mean I got him 7 tongs and 1 set of calipers because I couldn't find calipers anywhere.
I think I got about 5 calipers in, where did I get them? Might have been in one of the palaces when you're talking to the Duke or Duchess. I think I may have gotten them in there somewhere. Oh, you know what it was? It was the one quest where I forget which one in Understanding the Madness. One of those two. There happened to be some calipers laying around, and I grabbed them from there. So I got them like 5 calipers and a few tongs. But I'm like, it's gonna take me forever. So I figured I'll just collect them as I go along. So
it's an as you go quest. I love his explanation of because he's already asked you, but sometime in the future.
yes.
And he goes, "Oh, did you bring them yet?" And you're like, "Sorry, what?" And he goes, "Oh, was it tomorrow? I asked you if you would be able to bring me some tongs, and you said yes." But I thought, but I think I was supposed to pay you yesterday. I'm not too sure, but anyway, you're here now. Go and get me some tongs and calipers. And you're like, "Why do you need tongs and calipers?" He goes, "Oh, it's to help with my skyboat." He goes, "I've got the floating boat thing. It's getting the water to fly. That's the hard part." And even though that is probably the craziest thing you've ever heard, he's actually right. I mean, getting a boat to float in water is not the hard part.
No.
It's getting the water to fly. That is the difficult part. I can see exactly where he's coming from, which makes me feel slightly disconcerted.
I'm not sure what the tongs and calipers are going to do to get to that point, but he does have a point. If the water is flying, you can float the boat.
Yep. Makes sense to me. I will say that this does remind me of another fantastic character, but from Skyrim, and that is the mage in Riften.
Oh yeah,
she's that lunatic wood elf, and you go to her and you're talking to her, and she says, "Oh, can you go and get me my orichalcum ingot from?" Oh, I think it was bloody in.
Where is that?
I think it's in Dawnstar or Winterhold.
Yeah.
And you need to get her spoon
Yeah.
from
Spoon,
Windhelm,
yes.
and she's got all of that. And then she's going on about of how she's trying to do this experiment, and one of your answers is calipers.
Yep.
And she's like, what do you mean calipers? Do you know how hard it is to find calipers these days? That's because they're all on some guy's skyboat. That's why.
That's
I
why.
finally figured out where you couldn't find calipers.
They've all been stolen and taken to Sheogorath's realm, and so there is no way to get them. I don't know how you would collect 50 of each just in, in this area. It's like on the UESP they have a listing of where there are definite ones, not just randomly generating ones, and it's not that many. It's really not that many of each. You would have to do some serious work. The rest are like you would have to go to Cyrodiil and back again.
Yeah,
to get a bunch of them, but to find 50 of each in this realm, good luck with that. I mean, I guess if you went through every cave and looked through every like sack and barrel and crate, I mean, I guess that's how the only way to do it. That's kind of what I was doing when I was going through the two other quests, because I did those after this, so I just kind of started looking for him. But he's interesting for sure. And I think the reward is only 500 gold after all that.
Yeah, he gives you, I think it's 5 gold a piece or something like that.
Yeah, he'll give you 5 gold a piece. Yep. So if you have all of them, it's the total of 500 gold. You would think there would be some like, it'd be pretty funny though if like there was a skyboat. That would actually be if all of a sudden like randomly later in the game a skyboat went by and you're like, oh damn.
And do you need a lift to go and take care of this last boss?
Yeah. That would be pretty interesting. There's definitely some interesting characters in Bliss for sure. Oh, and I ended up walking all the way around to the backside to enter Bliss instead of just like going through from the interior. Like,
I was all over the map.
Yeah, I explored the whole map, so I ended up coming all the way around. Yeah. It's a tough map to explore though, because those hills you're not just like running up the side of a lot of those hills and mountains.
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to try, and so I want to go and explore, but then I don't want to do it because I don't know whether I'm going to walk in somewhere and then clear a place out and then find out that it's a quest later on. And then I just have to sort of like, saunter through, go and pick something up and then walk back out again. So.
That's what I was worried about. So I was kind of just exploring the exterior and, ticking off locations, just seeing where they are. So later on I have a little easier time finding them and, just fighting enemies on the road essentially instead of going into any dungeon crawls. Yeah, it's hard to hold back when you want to just go run into the next dungeon and or the next fort or whatever, ruin, and take on everything that's in there.
Yeah, that's what Fallout 4 is for, thankfully.
Yeah.
Just jump into that and run around the glowing sea a bit.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff everywhere there. So the next quest we have is Falling Awake. This one's pretty hard to miss. Pretty much as soon as you walk in, well, it depends on which way you go into Bliss. I went in through the main gate, which is off the roadway to the it's on the north side of like the palace and stuff like that. So I came in from that direction, and he's like right inside the gate. There's a guy just like walking around like a weirdo, crouching down.
Yes, I thought it was a bug in my game.
Oh no, that's how he walks around. No bug, he just walks
avoiding the walls.
Yeah, he's ducking the whole time, sneaking and ducking the whole time. So that's amiable Fanrier, I think his name is, or Fanrine, or I think it's Fanriane. But he doesn't want to. He's stuck sleeping outside, and he's afraid all the walls are going to fall on him. So he wants you to find him a place to sleep that has no walls, which that seems tough because even if he's in a house, there's walls nearby. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that sort of solves it. But you can ask around for ask different people in town. I stumbled across Ungor before I stumbled across anybody else. So I ended up skipping ahead. How did you end up getting to Ungor?
Yeah, I just kept on asking people,
And they just pointed, to where he is or whatever.
And it just went that he was saying like he would, but he doesn't trust me.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I had to go with the speech thing, but it maxed out at like 56.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the speech thing on a bunch of actually through most of these quests. I did a bunch of speech wheels because I hadn't done any in a while, and then I just bribed them all the way up to like once I did the speech wheel, I just kept bribing until they gave me what I wanted, I guess.
Yeah, because I was 56 and it was already like 100 and something odd gold. I was like, wait, I'd probably more than likely have to get to 75. So no, fuck that. I'll do the long walk for it, and to get him to trust you, you end up finding some guy called Fimian.
Oh, okay.
And Fimian was like, what's it? He can tell you how to get Unger to trust you, so he can. So he'll swap beds, and he goes, "But if you want him, and then you got to find me something to eat." And he goes, "I want a sweet roll." Sweet roll. And he talks like that for a. So then I have to wander around, and I'm trying to find a sweet roll.
Oh, jeez.
And I finally find one in I can't remember her name, but it's the sickly woman in the bar.
Oh, okay.
The one who runs the inn. I think it's in the Crucible.
Crucible. Okay.
She's in there, and she was selling sweet rolls and also sweet cakes. But he didn't want a sweet cake; he wanted a sweet roll.
Sweet roll.
Brought him a sweet roll, and then he gave me some glass grapes.
Oh, okay.
That he stole them from Unger because he wanted to eat them, or maybe cover Unger in glaze and then eat him. He's definitely a strange one. This one,
for sure.
But he says sweet roll in a very comedic way, so you let him off. So yeah, then he gives you the the grapes, and you go back, and so far Unger has been kind of saying it's like he's telling you that he doesn't belong there, that he came in there by mistake, and he's trying to get out. And you give him, then you find out that he's been waiting for some glass grapes.
Glass grapes.
Okay, all right. Well, here's your special glass grapes. He goes, "Oh wow, okay. Can you swap beds with him?" Yeah, and he goes, "Sure, I'll swap beds with him now that I've got my glass grapes back." Then he swaps beds. And he goes to tell the guy, so the guy's going to go out and sleep in the forest in a homeless person's bedroll or something like that, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he's happily going. Yeah.
Suppose whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat.
Everything's strange there. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it is better to sleep in the woods. Who knows? Yes, that was kind of the negative of being able to do it through the speech wheel. Is I kind of missed out on all that other stuff. Because basically Ungar was just like, Ungar was just like, oh, okay, yeah, well, let's switch beds. It's awesome. I'll sleep outside. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, here's Amiable right over here. I'll let him know. He's like, oh, great. Yeah. And they switched beds. So it's probably better to do it at lower speech because there's more to it. It's more interesting even.
Yeah, it was more interesting. A little. irritating trying to find that sweet roll because I went into all the places in Bliss and I couldn't find one in anywhere in the places in Bliss, in the fancy place. So I went down into Crucible, and that place smells. So,
I imagine, yeah, it does, yeah.
Plus, I didn't have to. Luckily, I didn't have to eat any of the food because you got that woman in there who's sickly Bernice or something like that. I think her name is.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's like got something or other, some affliction. So she's in there touching all the food, and she tells you about it. It's like, oh, I didn't sneeze on them too.
Too much.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
TMI there, Bernice.
Not
TMI.
too much. Yeah, that was a good little quest in Bliss. I wish I had done it without the speech checks, basically, without the speech wheel. I think my personality is pretty high, so I think I can get them up to like 75 with the speech wheel.
Yeah,
or actually maybe even a little above that. So, and then with bribing, obviously you can get them higher still. And it actually doesn't even cost me that much to bribe them. Just a couple gold each time.
Yeah, I think my guy's got the personality of a hollow stump, full of crap, basically. Was it? He's a Breton. Sorry, I forgot to do intro. His name's Calth. Mm-hmm. He's a Breton battle mage, I think. And I think he's born under the star of apprentice. So he has. It's either apprentice or mage, something that gives him lots more magicka anyway.
Yeah, more magicka.
And he uses heavy armor and a battle axe and conjuration.
And yeah, at this point, mostly I use conjuration. I've kind of my character kind of transformed from invisible archer into a invisible conjurer at this point, because I have the Storm Atronach. I have pretty much everything you can conjure, but I use the Storm Atronach a lot. I could probably switch that up and use some other stuff. They're pretty hardy, so yeah.
Yeah, you've got there's a guy who sells spells, and he's got a couple of conjuration spells that you can buy in I think he's either in Bliss or he's in one of the two towns anyway.
I need to look for that. Yeah, because they have the creatures from there, right?
Yeah, and they've got one in there, which is actually in ESO now in the Morrowind, which is a hunger.
Oh, nice.
And they're at Daedra, a really nasty, disgusting looking filthy thing that sort of like eats energy and things like that, creates this sparkly red line between them and their enemies. They're sucking the life out of them.
Oh yeah, the life when they do that. Yeah, nice. Oh, I'll have to do. Yeah, that's what I haven't even thought of that. I need to go spell hunting. That's what I got to do, or purchasing, I should say. That's a definite. I didn't even think of that. That's right, because they'll have all those other conjuration spells. Darn, I missed out. I should have looked for that.
Yeah, I only used one once because mine is one of the spells I created. It's I think it's got a shield spell, summons a Daedra, and lights up the room for like 30 seconds. Sort of like a one cast, all in sort of like thing. So I don't want to be casting that and then casting the hunger and then back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth, so. I will say I finally got to finish Vitharn.
Did you?
It took me forever to try and find somebody with some alchemy, like with a pestle and mortar, because I didn't bring mine with me.
Yeah, me either. I forgot.
And I was looking fucking everywhere, and I finally found one in a bits and bobs shop.
Oh.
And give me 1 second.
Yeah, I didn't bring mine either. I should have.
Yeah, so I finally got that, and then I, found invisibility ones, made a few invisibility potions,
mm-hmm.
Went back to Vitharn, stripped down butt naked, not even my rings on, and went I took the invisibility potion and managed to get in and steal the arrows to be able to finish off that quest.
Oh.
And then I done like all the other ones. So what was it? You have to give the doll to the enemy as he's coming through, and then give the mage, the completely dick mage.
Oh
there,
yeah,
I
for
give him
sure.
his dagger.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was a
yeah.
proper dick. He was like, "Oh, I was going to betray everybody here, but these other guys weren't going to make me their supreme ruler." So I was like,
Yes.
"No, fuck it, I'm going to betray them." Like, really? Like, absolute dick, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally, completely. Yeah. Yes, he was. Oh, he definitely was. Yeah, I'm just looking at the extra spells from Shivering Isles. Yeah, there's the hungers, the different level of hungers, and the different level of shambles.
Yeah, I haven't picked up the shambles yet. I might pick up shambles.
Man, the highest level ones cost 487 or 450 magicka. That's a lot of magicka.
Yeah, I can't remember the one was my begins with a P, I think, was the hunger one I picked up.
Let's see. There's a regular hunger, gluttonous hunger, ravenous hunger, and voracious hunger.
Must be the voracious. I thought it was one with beginning with P.
And then the shambles is a decrepit, just a regular shambles, and then replete shambles. There are some interesting other spells. There's a snow flare, which does fire and frost damage.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Let's see. Glimpse of Death, which is basically drain health. Hail Flare, which also, same thing, fire and frost. And Ice Blaze, fire and frost. So they have the combo spell there.
Yeah, I did have all the hungers, so I must have, because I've got, I think I've got 100 in Conjuration. Yeah, because I've got the Daedra Lord spell, so I must.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to be 100 then. Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so I must have the Voracious Hunger because it was the most expensive one, but the cost of it wasn't that high. It was like, I think it's where I have it must be the cost without having sort of like anything that brings it down, because mine
that could
probably was on about 90 something, I think.
Yeah, that's a good possibility.
Because my Daedroth only cost like 120.
Yeah, that's about what mine, yeah.
And I know that's more expensive than the Voracious Hunger is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're only going for a short period too, 20 seconds, 30 seconds for the hunger and the shambles. Yeah, there's some interesting spells over there. There's a bunch of restoration ones too available from him that restore health and fatigue at the same time.
Yeah, and you can get them to the effect companions as well.
Yeah.
Because I got myself a fucking follower.
Oh, did you? Who do you have?
Well, it's kind of like the weirdest follower. It's a dead dog.
Oh, that dog that was in town?
Yeah, there's a dog that's if you go, because it's not on the list of the quests that we gotta do, but it's in Crucible, and I was worried that I'd done the quest, because I think I've done a couple of the Crucible quests that are supposed to be for the next episode. But I was walking around, and there's an orc who has a dog, and there's a Khajiit. Well, the orc's crazy and the Khajiit's crazy because everybody's crazy.
Yeah, everybody's crazy.
And the Khajiit loves dogs, but the orc hates cats. So the Khajiit is following the dog around, who's following the orc around, and he was like, "Get rid of the Khajiit," and I was like, "Well, all right." And then I tell him to go, and he's like, "I ain't gonna go." And then I said, "All right, fair enough." He goes, "I like dogs. You like dogs? Dogs are great." And then in the end, I was just like, "Oh, look here. There's 100 gold. Like, go." And he goes, "I wonder what it's going to be like living in bliss. I wonder what the dog's going to be like in bliss." So he takes the 100 gold and he leaves. So then the orc's like, "Oh, thank you so very much." And he goes, "Here, I'm going to gift you with one of my former dogs." And you're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, wow.
And, so you're there. Like traveling around, and then suddenly I turn around, and then there's this, like, and it's not a skeleton dog. It's like, it's a skinned dog. Like its head is like bone and thing, and like you can see through its skin all its guts and its innards and everything like that. So and he's following me around all over the place. I was like, wow, really?
Oh man,
really. So,
I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, you can't miss it. They're always walking.
They're always wandering around. I think I've talked to the Khajiit in New York because I remember that conversation. But I guess I just didn't go any further with it, So I didn't end up with the dog. I have to go wander around and look for those guys again. Is he a good follower at least?
I don't know. I just got him.
Just got him.
Yeah, I haven't been out and gone into combat with him, so I don't know whether he goes in and attacks or anything like that, or he just runs away, or if he only follows you around town. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll follow outside of there or yeah. I assume he can't leave Shivering Isles. Maybe he can though. I don't know. Maybe. So the other random quest we had was the Antipodean Hammer, which
again is I think it's one that
it's kind of
can't really complete.
Yeah, you can. I ended up. I had a piece of that matrix. I think I forget where I found it. I found it doing one of the quests last time, and I ended up just making arrows with it because I don't think I had enough amber. But you can make an entire set of amber armor, amber weapons, madness armor, and madness weapons, depending on the matrix you find. So this quest is it's the orc in the missing pauldron. What's his name? Dumog.
Yeah,
and
he's in Bliss.
Yeah,
but you can also go to Cutter, which is this like lovely looking. I think she's a wood elf. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But man, is she crazy? That's like I know. She kind of sets a new bar because like everybody's crazy of her.
Oh yeah, to stand out, yeah. It's pretty hard to stand out as crazy around that crew.
She's just these like huge eyes, and she never blinks, and she's just like, oh, she goes something about I can't remember what she said, but it really creeped me out. It was something about sleeping, like she never sleeps or something like that. Because something's going to happen if she sleeps. But it really weirded me out. But she makes really good armor because that madness armor looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, she does all the madness stuff, and he does all the amber stuff.
Yeah, I managed to get a madness claymore made.
Ooh.
And it was a magic one as well. It does, I think it drains life or something like that. But Claymore is bladed, and I'm crap at bladed. I do more damage with blunt. I did twice the amount of damage with my battle axe.
Oh, okay.
That does blunt damage. But you can't get a madness claymore. You can only get you can get a madness claymore. You can't get a battle axe in madness. I think.
No, you can't. You're right.
You can get a warhammer, but that you have to get in the amber.
Yeah. There's so the amber is light armor, and then you get arrows, a bow, hammer, mace, or sword, and then madness is heavy armor and arrows, axe, bow, claymore, or longsword are the options.
Yeah, so I think the axe is a hand axe, so it's like a one-handed. I think
it's weird that it's not switched. That the axe isn't with the amber and the hammer with the madness, since you're heavy armor with the madness.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's odd that there's a one-handed thrown in there. But I guess that way you have a choice of a two-handed weapon in
both,
and a one-handed in both. But
I'm hoping to find, because I haven't found any of the obviously the two-handed matrix for the amber, but I am hoping to get a full set of madness heavy armor.
Oh, that would look great.
I already have, because the champion you fight of Vitharn, you get a named shield off of him.
Yes,
obviously, I'm two-handed, but I've got a shield now, and the the king, I suppose, of Vitharn.
Yeah,
he gives you his helmet, and that's a madness helmet.
Oh, is it a madness? Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, yeah, I do have that as well. So yeah, so you already have that piece essentially.
Yeah, so I've got that piece, and but I want to make the magic ones, so I've got to go out and find all the matrices. That's why I want to go out and bloody go and do every single dungeon to find all the matrices.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to do all the dungeons because I end up ruining the quest. Or something like that.
The armor does look. It's got like the face of madness on the front of the armor, basically, and the same thing with the shield has the kind of like a face of madness on the shield. Like the Curious has the face on it, like the whole thing. It's really, and actually the knees also are both faces. It's pretty creepy looking. It's pretty good looking armor.
Yeah, because I'm in all like a full set of Daedric armor.
Oh yeah,
that to me that's like the best looking armor in the vanilla game. So
yeah,
and
yeah.
now I've just found the madness and I want the shit. Yep, that looks even better. I want to go. I want a full set of that, please.
If only I could have given the madness armor to Martin for that final battle.
Let's go, man! Wow, really?
The amber kind of reminds me of what's the armor on Solstheim? Bone. What the hell is it?
Oh, chitin.
Yeah, a little bit like that, like a cross between that and the bone. Is it bone? What the heck is it?
Bone meal.
Bone meal. I couldn't think of the other word. A little bit like because it has that like sandy color to it because it's amber, like the amber sandy color. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those a little bit. The style of it. It's not as. It looks more like you're wearing a puzzle than the other one.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, light armor is usually for. I mean, depending on what type of play style you're going for, but aren't you supposed to be sneaky? Why are you walking around in bright
yellow armor? Yeah, that probably shines in any kind of light.
Pretty much. The only thing you can hide out in those, what should we call it, in those layers with those, I don't know I can't remember the creatures' names. You know, the big bug creatures.
Oh, yeah. Are they the gnarls or the, no, the gnarls or something else. I forget what they're called.
I think the gnarls are the big trees.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the bugs are, though.
Oh, God, I forget. I've battled so many of them. I think I'd remember the name by now. Yeah, the amber definitely does not look as good as the madness, armor-wise. I did have them make some the arrows. They were decent. They did. I think they're like 17 damage. The amber arrows. I assume the madness are probably the same. They probably both do 17 damage, which is pretty high for an arrow in Oblivion.
Yeah, I had some already in my thingy. I was like, ew, what's arrows doing in my inventory? They, whatchamacallit, I already had some, so I think somebody must have shot me with them.
Oh, yeah, so you picked them up after being shot.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, we have our main ones also. So the main quests are Understanding, and then the two to come off of that. Understanding Madness. So I obviously started this one last time, I think, where I summoned Haskell, but you did that this time in the proper order. So Understanding Madness is when you head back to... Or is this when you head to Sheogorath for the first time, right?
Yes, this is where you go back and tell him that that mousetrap one.
That's right. Yeah.
Where you tell him that that's all up and running,
yes.
So he can go in there and torture or...
That's right. Yeah, the one where you set up the traps for people, and yeah. And then he gives you Haskell to summon, who he wants you to just keep summoning over and over.
Yeah. He says if you don't do it at least 5 times a day, he gets grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
Oh yeah, he seems thrilled every time you summon him. So you do get that spell, the Summon Haskell spell that you can use. I haven't used it anywhere other than speaking with Sheogorath, though. So don't know how helpful he is in battles. I know he will give you hints and stuff, I believe.
Yeah, no, as far as from what I can remember reading, he won't fight.
He just gives you tips or whatever for what you're doing.
Yeah, and depending on whereabouts in your quest, if you ask him for tips on it, like 3/4 of the way through, he goes, "Well, if you don't know what you're doing by now, you really are in trouble."
That's a good point.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for that.
Yeah, maybe this is the hard part. Maybe that's why I need advice now.
Yeah, or maybe I just wanted to piss you off.
Then the other thing you have to do, he wants you to go speak with Thadon and Syl.
Yep.
Who are the Duke and Duchess of Mania and Dementia. And they're right next door in their little separate connected palaces, basically.
Yeah, he's got his palace in the middle, and then I think it's to the left you got Thaden's, and then to the right you've got Syl.
Yeah, so they're all kind of connected interior wise. I think there's interior doors that connect them as well as exterior, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can hop through. There's a bunch of doors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of doors. Not surprisingly, there's a lot of doors to make it confusing to go a bunch of different places. But I did. I think I did Syl first.
Yeah, I kind of done them both at the same time. So I went across and I spoke to Thaden first, or Thaden.
Okay.
Spoke to him, got a quest, and then I talked to the Argonian woman that was in there, and she told me where the chalice was.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yep.
Because I can't remember what he was saying. He was saying some like really weird stuff.
Yes, he was. Yeah. So when you speak to Thaden, he wants to get the chalice of reversal back, and then when you find the Argonian, she works in the palace somewhere, right?
She was in the room.
She was right there, right? Yeah.
I just turn around and just talk to her. And
she basically tells you where it's at in Dunroot Borough, which is like northwest of where you're at.
Yeah.
But then you find out you have to take some Feldu, which you get from the, I don't know how to say it, Elytra or Elytra, whatever they're called, the bug monsters you're battling the whole time.
Yeah, you can kill them, and I think it's like 1 in every 3 or something like that, because it drops randomly. But
yeah.
I think there's a dead one outside that you just walk up to, and it has some on it.
Yeah, I think I thought I had to battle the one outside, if I'm not mistaken. But there might have been a dead one out there as well. Maybe there was a dead one out there. Maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, you eat the Feldu, and then you're able to enter. And it's a pretty good dungeon crawl. Through like kind of like a swampy, rooty, like 3 or 4 sections of dungeon.
Yeah, you're going through a lot of what do we call it? It's like a massive tree or something.
Yeah, it's like the root system of a tree, basically, and you're kind of going through the different levels and different areas, and there's a good bit of the elytra there, and in the beginning, they seem to drop Feldu pretty regularly to keep you from feeling the side effects of withdrawal. Yeah. And then, like, as you get to battle more and more of them, they seem to drop none. And then it's like, and
you're bleeding from your fingernails, and like, your eyes are turning upside your head, and you're like, please.
And so, and when you're feeling the side effects, like your magicka doesn't regenerate, your health stops regenerating. Yeah, depending on what level you're at of withdrawal, and then it starts damaging your health, right?
Yeah, your health starts slowly draining.
Yeah. So it's not even just not regenerating; it's draining down. And as someone using conjuration, not having my magicka regenerate wasn't great. That didn't really help. But after you get through all of those, there's quite a few. That's a good long crawl through all the root system area.
Yeah. Plus, you want to go into all the areas because I'm trying to find like the matrices. So
Yes,
I'm
me
going
too.
through all the looking in the hollow stumps
Yep.
and the root systems and
The stumps
fire
had great stuff. The stumps were like the pods in the Plane of Oblivion.
Yes.
The fleshy pods. I mean, they had really good stuff. I think there was like Daedric armor in one for me and stuff like that. None of which I grabbed because there's no reason for me to carry it around. But yeah, the Matrix is. Actually did find one in there. I forget which one it was, but I did find one in there.
No, I didn't find any in there. Scumbags.
Yeah, I got one. I looked at. I was like, oh, there's a stump. There's a stump. There's a stump. Just looking at every single stump. You eventually make it through the root system to, I guess it's like the inner sanctum, or I think it's just called the sanctum. But the Sanctum of Decadence. That's what it's called. And there's 3 people in there.
High as kites.
Yeah, completely like half clothed.
Yeah.
Joofy the Brown is one of them, if that explains anything. So you get Joofy and his 2 friends who will attack you. Like, I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, oh, do I have to talk to them? I was like, nope, don't have to talk to them. They don't want to talk.
Yeah, damn straight I didn't. I was like, oh shit, Feldew everywhere. Or Feldew, whatever it's called.
Yeah, there was, at that point. I don't know if I guess the effects were still happening there. I can't recall.
Yeah, you got once you pick up the
chalice,
the
it
chalice.
stops it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you pick up the chalice, and then when you walk outside, you're just in a different area of Shivering Isles. So, and you can take that back to Thadon. Oh wait, let's see. So shortly after exiting the burrow, an obelisk of order will activate a short distance away. While it is not necessary to shut down the obelisk, doing so may yield some loot as well as provide some experience for later quests. I did not notice that.
Yeah, I couldn't kill him though. You have this priest of the order, and he shoots lightning at you, and he actually talks on like the soldiers. But I kept on knocking him unconscious, but he wouldn't die. And then I went back and I talked to Sheergorth. I think it was Sheergorth. I think it was a combination of Sheergorth and Haskell. I was talking to him, but they don't die. You have to do something to the obelisks. But every time I kept on activating the obelisk, it wouldn't let me do anything to it.
You have to place 3 Hearts of the Order in the obelisk. So I guess you need to come across those guys you come across in the mousetrap.
Yes.
And
they keep on summoning them out of there. So priest, he'll go back to it and reactivate it, and then he'll summon out another soldier. But I was activating it, but it wouldn't let me do anything. Maybe I didn't have any hearts on me, but I haven't dropped anything. So, and I know I had 1 or 2 on me.
Yeah, I wonder if it was because I was in Sneak and Chameleon didn't see me and it didn't kick anything off. I mean, that's possible as well. Yeah, the Hearts of the Order you get from those guys, the guys who are in the Order. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and explore that area a little bit and see if I can do it. But yeah, when you bring the chalice back to Thadon, he will grant you membership in his court. So then that completes that end of the of that quest. The
addiction quest.
The addiction quest. Yeah, that's right. Feldew addiction. And then the other side is the Syl side of the quest line. She's the Duchess of Dementia.
Yep. I like this quest. This is a really good quest.
It's a good one. It's like kind of a whodunit kind of thing, and it's interesting. There's multiple ways to work through it, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, I know what. I had a screw up here that was interesting that I didn't realize would happen, but I'll wait till I get to that part. But so you speak to Syl about what's going on. She thinks people are out to get her, essentially.
My response was, well, why not just kill everyone?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. She was like, yeah, but you won't catch the main conspirator, so they'll send more conspirators if you do. And I went, yeah, just kill them. No, we've got to find out who's the orchestrator, and then I can know exactly who the killer is. All right.
Oh, that's actually works out good in this area. I mean, it's not like well, she sent you to her dear, who was her torturer. So really, I mean, he's like very willing to help you.
Yeah, you get there. Yeah, I was there, and I went. You can do the speech wheel on him, and I went, "Oh, let's make sure he's definitely on our side." And I went to the speech wheel. I was like, "Disposition, 100%."
Yes.
Fuck yeah! All right, let's go, dude.
Yep. He's just like, "Oh, you want me to do that? Okay, let's do that."
What was really strange is that I don't think I found them over in Shivering Isles, but I had a pair of Inquisitor's gauntlets.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That name sounds. Yeah. Oh, nice.
And because she names you the Inquisitor.
Yes.
So you have to go around and Heldir or Hordy or whatever his name is, he calls you the Inquisitor.
Yes.
With a really deep, gravelly voice. And I had a pair of Daedric gauntlets that were
the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor gauntlets they were called, and they have detect life for 120 foot or something like that.
Oh, nice.
So they're great for running around dungeons. Not so great when you're running around town, but when you're going through dungeons, they're awesome. So I had a pair of those on, and I was like, oh, hey, similarities. But I don't know I don't think they gave them to me there. I think I went there with them. I picked them up.
They sound familiar. Like I may have picked them up too. I might have them sitting in a chest somewhere.
So anyway, yeah, he says, I that's the one where because I think I went and talked to, Thaden got his quest, and I didn't like the sound of that, especially the addiction part, and I was like, oh, fuck all that shit. And so then I finished there, and I went across, and I said, oh yeah, I need to talk to Haskell. So I summoned Haskell. I asked him, and I asked him about the Thaden quest, and his literal response was like, well, you already know what you're supposed to do, so why are you asking? I was like, well, fine, fuck you then. So
yeah,
then
thanks for the help.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Fuck you. So then I went off, and then I talked to Syl. Oh, and I asked him about these quests, the Syl quest, and he said, "Don't be was it Hurdle or Herder is really good at his job. Don't be afraid to make use of his talent." All right, and then you walk up to the first person, and he goes, "What conspiracy? I have no idea."
Zap.
Liar. Zap. And he was going, really, I don't know. Zap him again. Really, no, I don't. Zap him again. And then he was like, all right, fine. I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool.
He is, he definitely gets the answers. You talk to a couple people as you go along, right? Who was
I talked to the Red Guard who was in the chamber.
The chamber. Is that Kithlon?
Yeah, I think so. With Syl. And, he was like, "Oh, I don't know anything. Stop out bugging me with such stupid questions." And then the minute he gets zapped, he was like, "Oh, right, look, I know. Sorry, I don't know anything." And then you're like, "Nope, zap him again." And then you go like that, real shocks all lightning. He goes, "All right, fair enough." That girl over there, she's been acting kind of strange. And it was the woman that was also in there.
Yeah, Anya, whatever. Herrick, who's there. Yeah, one of the assistants.
Yeah, and he says that she's been acting like really worried and pale or something like that. So you're asking her, and she is like the worst liar.
Oh, terrible. Yeah. Yep.
Her eyes were like all the way to the left, back and forth. She was like, "Oh no, not really. You don't know. Zap up."
And then that kind of leads you to Mazada.
Yeah, that's the Khajiit.
The Khajiit, yeah.
Down in the Crucible.
It's Crucible, yeah.
And I had, or in Crucible, it's not the Crucible, it's just Crucible, I think. I went down there, and it was pretty late at night, and he was out the back of some building with all these other people, and they're all kicking the shit out of each other.
Oh, really?
Like, hey, chop her legs off! Chop her legs
Oh,
off!
God. There's like a fight club going on.
It It was Fight Club, and it was cut off from the Smith, and some like well-to-do woman in a big fancy dress, some high elf. Oh, speaking of high elves, have you been into the bookshop?
No, I have not yet.
Go into the bookshop and talk to the woman behind the counter. Oh my god.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do that.
No, go do that. Like the next time you're in there, go to the bookshop and talk to the high elf in the bookshop.
Oh boy. Going to have to visit the bookshop now. I have to get spells, and then I have to go to the bookshop. Those are on the list.
So what were we saying?
Oh, Mazada, yeah.
Yes,
he doesn't give anything up, right? At that first time.
No, even if you torture him, he's like, no, I ain't giving you anything. And he goes, you got no proof. There's no other hat. If you read through your journal, it says it doesn't look like I'm gonna need some proof. So
yeah, I zapped him a bunch of times before I looked to see I needed more proof.
Yeah, and I can't remember who. Somebody around there you talked to. I think it was the Khajiit that's following the dog and the orc.
Oh yeah, that's when I talked to him. Yes, that's when I talked to that Khajiit. Actually, now that you mention it.
And he says he's seen Mazada, I think it's Mazada, isn't it? Talking to Nereline.
Yeah, yep.
What was she called? She's not a golden saint. She's
Seducer Guard or something like that.
Seducer. Yeah. Seducer. Talking to her late at night. So you go, all right, my plan is now to, again, sneak, which I am horrendous at. Literally have to take off all my armor and sort of.
To be able to sneak. Well, I was sneaking, but I forgot I still had her deer with me, and they saw him. Apparently, and I had to wait a whole other day. They're like, "Oh, somebody's here. We're not going to talk now. Let's meet back here tomorrow night." I'm like, oh, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So I was like, "You go back to the torture chamber," and then I waited for 23 hours.
Oh god! I went off to get the fork of horripilation while I was.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, I forgot about the fork of horripilation.
So I got I went off and got that, and then came back, and then I was because they're talking right down to the bottom. I was above them, hiding behind that thing because you can stand over the top of them where they can't see you.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was there. I still had Herdio with me, and they didn't see him, so
it must have just been where he was standing, because he was like, he didn't come behind the chests or the crates with me. Yeah. He was just like standing out there. I'm like,
picking his nose.
Yeah, like, hey, like they're having a secret meeting. Like maybe don't go out there.
You see why his talents are torturing people is so that it's not so much in the sneaking.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you get the information, and then you can talk to not Nerline, Nelrine. Nelrine.
And well, you can talk to both of them as well. Yeah. So I talked to him, and he was like, "Oh, you can't do anything," and then he goes, "Oh, well, I heard your secret meeting and everything like that," and I think you can torture him a bit, and then he says, "All right, well, I'll go and I'll find out information. Just don't kill me."
Yeah.
And my response was like, "I'll make you no promises."
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's what I did too. I spoke to him, and he'll get information, and then just meet him at his house, right?
Yeah, the next night,
Mm-hmm.
and then I chased down Nerline and tortured her. You had to torture her like 3 times, I think,
before she'll say anything. Yep.
And she told me who it was, but I still, even though she admitted who it was, she was like, "Well, without any evidence, you're not going to be able to do anything." So you still had to wait until the next night to meet up with
Mazada. And then you get to his house, and he's laying on the floor.
Lazy lamp that he is. Well, cats. sleep like they're dead usually.
Yeah.
He was doing a very good impersonation of that in his nice pool of blood.
Yes, he was. So you can get his key off of him for his cabinet up in his room, and that's where you find the note and the ceremonial short sword. And then
it's Nerlene's one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hers. Yep, her sword. And then that's when you have the evidence, she'll reveal that Maureen was the mastermind.
Yes. And then you go, I went to her house and says, oh, hey, by the way, I know. And she was like, well, go and tell them then. I don't even care.
Yeah.
She goes, I'll do it again. And sort of like, damn you kids. And your dog too. And I was like, fuck you, my dog's awesome. Because I think that's where the dog showed up, because that's when I was talking to the Gijit. And I was like, fuck off, here's 100 quid. And I think I walked into her house, and it was inside, it came along later, but it was inside her house where I found my one set of calipers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I found some in there as well. I might have found some in Mazada's house. I think I found calipers or tongs in Mazada's house as well.
Yeah. Did you go upstairs in Noreen's or Marinine's house?
I don't think I did.
Because I went up there looking for calipers because later on the quest I went up. She's not there anymore. Spoilers. But I went upstairs on the hunt for calipers to try and find some, and there was a guy walking around, undead guy called Uncle Leo.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And you know what? I did go upstairs because she was asleep when I got there. So she was in bed, and yeah, he had a name I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Uncle Leo. Just undead asshole just wandering around the top of the house.
Yes, he's just walking around the bedroom. Yeah.
Like, okay. Not even going to ask.
He doesn't attack at all. He just wanders around the room.
Yep.
Yeah, she was in bed when I got there.
Cheers, Leo. And then I left.
That's right. Yeah, because she was in bed when I got there, so I did have to go up there anyway and wake her up and confront her with everything. And then she ends up in the cage in the torturer's room, in Herdier's room, and Syl comes in and basically pushes a button and ends her.
Yeah, you got the two statues.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I remember now. The two statues beside either side of the cage.
Yep. That
the lightning comes out. They're hungers. They're
they're the hungers. Okay.
And
that makes sense.
So, and she kills him, and then she makes you, I don't know what, Thane?
Some court something. I guess it's kind of like a Thane. You come in both places. I think Courtier of Dementia or something like that. Courtier, and you get the bow, Ruin's Edge, which does a random spell damage.
Yeah, I remember thinking, oh wow, she gave me a bunch of sticks. The bigger stick with some string.
Some string.
Thanks. That's awesome.
It's basically a chaos bow.
Yeah. So she says something to you. She goes like where you can shoot from the shadows, where they won't know where you're shooting from, and you don't know what you're going to hit them with.
Yeah. Yeah, because it does just random damage. So,
because watching me in a dungeon is, or watching Cal, should I say, run through a dungeon. Literally, he casts, because he's got the spell he called One, because it's the first spell on his hotkey.
Nice.
He casts that, and it casts light for 120 foot.
Oh, nice.
For 30 seconds. So basically, he walks in and then just lights up the entire girl. Hey, I'm here. Come here. Let me kill you. And he just sort of like bounds fucking through with his heavy Daedric armor and his fucking big battle axe.
Oh, man.
Then summons a Daedroth. The biggest thing you can summon in the entire game. He's just like,
big, clunky Daedroth blopping through.
Yeah. He's got great, was it, I got the footsteps also around it. Literally got as he's running along behind you. It's awesome.
Oh man, Yeah, once you finish that, you're basically you've completed the madness quest for Sheogorath. And then he kind of, when you tell him that you went to both courts, he just basically starts in on what's coming next.
And that's when he makes mention. I think it's still the thing where he's talking to us that Jigalag is coming.
The Jigalag is coming, and he has to go because he doesn't hang around for that. So you're going to be hanging around for that.
Yes, you're going to become him. And you're like, I become a Daedric prince. Why? How? When?
Yeah. Why are you leaving? How bad is this that you're leaving and I'm staying?
What was his line? It was like, and Jigalag are becoming, and nobody likes Jigalag. He's like, get the Malakath. It's like inviting Malakath to a party.
Yeah, yes.
And nobody likes Malakath at a party. Shit, man. It's like poor fucking orcs.
Oh. He does have some pretty good lines.
There was something about toes or something like that.
Yeah.
Cut your toes off or something like that.
There's some, yeah. Yeah, so I guess we're going to be taking his place in a little bit here. Oh, but that you mentioned, the Fork of Horripilation, which I forgot to go over. We did do that as well.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad because that guy's name is Big Head.
I know.
I don't want to be calling him Big Head.
Head.
Can I call you Frank or something?
Yeah, Big Head. Big Head the Argonian. Oh, God. So he needs his Fork of Horripilation that he's obsessed with.
Yeah, because it sings him songs or something?
Yeah. He has a whole bunch of stuff that he said, like the Precious Fork, hear how it sings.
He's like the world's most annoying bard.
Oh, yeah. All he sings about is a fork.
He's just got one bloody trademark. I was like, dude, really? But his reward wasn't too bad. I think, what was it? You had to go to
the Longtooth Camp.
Yeah,
which is a bunch of
heretics.
Heretics. They're basically mages. Yeah.
Are these the ones that are against Sheogorath?
I believe so. Yeah.
These are the ones who's joining Jigalag, I think.
Yeah. Because let's see so I guess because if you do it later on, the location is dependent on which side wins, the Zealots or the Heretics.
Yeah.
So right now it's with the Heretics, because we haven't completely finished it yet. So and then you bring the fork back to Mr. Big Head. And his reward is decent. Yeah, he gives you the skill increase.
Yeah, so it's either blade, no thank you, sneak,
and alchemy.
Blind or alchemy. And I chose alchemy.
Yeah, I think I took blade because I think I'm 100 on the other two, so it wouldn't have done me all that well. Yeah, so it's a decent reward compared to some of the other ones. The Heretics were like battling something when I got there. I don't know if they were battling the Zealots or it was just something random had wandered through their camp before I got there.
No, they were fighting some in my game too. So, I believe it was because some of them were in purple, and I think that was the Heretics, and then there was other ones in brown robes, I think. So maybe they were, the Heretics.
That's possible. Yeah, there was definitely a battle going on when I got there as well. So you must go in and there's just a skirmish when you get there all the time, and it wasn't just random.
Yeah, I just killed everything.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I set the Atronach out and then just started going to town. So I was like, I don't know which of you is which, so you're all going down. And I don't think they care who you are either. So
no, it was the same with the Vithan thing. It was just like I just killed everything, and they were even saying like, "Stop hitting me, or I'm going to hit you back." I was like, "Ah, fuck it." Just carried on going. Yeah. Then I found out that the entrance is underneath it around the back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a pain. Yeah. Well, that's all of our quests for this one that we finished up. So the next one we have the cold flame of Agnon, Ritual of Ascension. I guess that's when you become Sheogorath. Just a guess, just by the name. Ritual of Mania or Ritual of Dementia. So I guess you got to choose a side there for some reason. And then we have Crucible quests, Brithar, The Coming Storm, Final Resting, and a Liquid Solution.
Yeah, I think I've done or started a couple of those. A Liquid Solution and The Coming Storm. I think I've started both of those. I don't think I've finished them.
Yeah, I might have one or two of those as I went through Crucible where like they start it,
Yeah. So I think Brithar is one of the guys in one of the shops, and he's having a problem with Brithar, I think, is from what I remember. But
oh yeah, you get this one from the Errol or whatever, the guy who sells the spells.
Yes,
so
that was it.
Yeah,
that's where I got it from.
Yep. So that's where. Yeah, if you went in there to buy spells, it's probably pretty close to automatic that you get it. Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, so they look pretty interesting, actually. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then we make a choice, Mania or Dementia. I guess that Mania or Dementia depends on which gate you came in, where you had the choice to come in one gate or the other.
Yeah, I went Dementia, I think.
I think I did as well. I accidentally went out the gate and came back in, though, so I may have accidentally switched it. I don't know if you can switch it or what difference there is. I would actually have to look that up. But yeah, because I was exploring somewhere and somehow just ended up going out the gate accidentally and then wandering back in. But I believe I came through the same door, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I think you get the key opens both, so I don't know whether you can go through.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Is it a different playthrough if you go through? There's different ways?
I don't know what it changes. I think it just let's see, Better Mousetrap, Bait and Trap. I think that would be through the Fringe of Madness, right? Let me pop that up. Receive the keys to Mania and Dementia and enter the gates. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Madness. This is pass. It doesn't really say. Need to Mania to right, Dementia, both of which are guarded by the Gatekeeper Fringe. Already underway is a severely one-sided battle with the Gatekeeper.
Oh, I have noticed that there's flesh Atronachs.
Oh, yes. That's the other. Yeah, there is. Yes, I saw that.
That is similar to the Gatekeeper, but a little shorter and not as immortal.
That is available, but I didn't want to look because I didn't know if it was part of a quest, so I didn't want to spoil myself. But it is. I saw that on the spell list at the bottom, but it was like it wasn't one you could buy, but it was listed on there.
What, summon a flesh Atronach?
Yeah. Yep. So you can get it, but I don't know if it's like a quest locked thing where you get it from a quest.
Hopefully. Because they look pretty badass.
If you choose to go enter the door via the door Mania, you'll be granted the Blessing of Mania, Frenzy Greater Power. If you go through Dementia, you get Demoralized as a Greater Power. So I guess that's really the only difference, yeah.
Okay. Well, somebody was telling me that if I go through Mania, they're not going to like you or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I'll go through the Dementia one then. I think that was pretty much my only thing. But so far, I'm definitely falling on the Dementia side.
It feels like it anyway. Yeah, I haven't used the Greater Power, so I guess it really doesn't matter what side I went through.
Yeah, no, I haven't used it either. I mean, I didn't even... I found it took me a while to be able to find Haskell's spell.
Yeah.
It wasn't... Because I was looking for summon, and then I was looking at all my conjuration things.
Oh.
Do I keep on missing it? Why isn't it here? Obviously, it's at the top because it's one of the lesser powers or greater powers.
Oh, it's a lesser... Oh, yeah. It's not in with the rest of them.
No, it wasn't. I was like, scumbag.
Yeah, I have to add that to like my my D-pad for quick access. I feel like I already have everything set up how I want it, so the new stuff I haven't really added. But if I get the hunger and stuff, I may add those and get rid of the whatchamacallit, the Storm Atronak off of there as my quick spell that I use. Although he's pretty good.
I haven't used the hunger. I don't know how tough he is. But was it you're like level 30 something now as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You should be able to get the max one out of that because I think it's like level 23 or something like that to get the max one.
To get the strongest one. Yeah, I should be able to get that one. I'll have to try it out and see. I mean, I have enough gold. I may as well buy it.
Yeah.
At least I think I do. I don't know. I've been spending like crazy on bribery, so...
Yeah, you'd probably be thinking, what's that, 1-2 gold? It's like 127 gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For 3 points extra. And I was like, what? No.
Then I can always just start picking up gear again and selling it like I did before.
Yeah, it's like, you don't even, the good thing about here is the blacksmiths have like 1,200 gold or something.
Yeah, they do have a good amount.
So
you can definitely start selling stuff to them. Alrighty. All right.
Excuse me.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it for our little Oblivion roundtable. Probably up next is the next thing you'll hear after this is probably a few lost episodes from the early days that got screwed up on the feed. We have access to them again, so I've been posting them here depending on what time's left in the month. And then Skyrim 10 AD the week after that, I believe it's episode 4 that'll be being released. So
yeah, that's when we have our new starter come in, episode 4, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, that was the second session, correct?
Yes.
First episode of the second session. So they're basically like 3 episodes per session, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I screwed up and made it 2 episodes in the second session, so it's...
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
For the first session, it's 3 episodes. Second session is 2 episodes. And then the third session is 3 episodes.
3 episodes. That works. I have to listen to the latest ones that just dropped. I have to get on those. That'll be this week.
Yeah, I listened to the... Victor makes some awesome at the very last scene with Victor at the end of the second episode. It's some great RP from Victor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely. It's some real great in-game RP from Victor at the very end of episode 2.
That's awesome.
In session 3, so
yep. So
he's going to love me for that, obviously.
Oh gosh, keep an ear out for those, and we'll talk to you all next time.
Later, guys.